Hey guys, welcome back to another Plasticon old school World of Warcraft run. I put up this video just recently, and it's about me being a GM from back in the day, and I wanted to indulge and share this with you guys and just kind of show you some of the stuff that I do. I currently right now got my my hunter all decked out here in his Grand March gear. He's got the legendary cloak on, along with I'll just log in and I'll show you. Currently I've been running around in Draenor, just doing a little bit of farming, because I like to farm mats, stuff like that. I'm primarily gold farming right now because I'm trying to get my full tier 3. It's literally the only thing I need is Philosopher Leaf. So it's one of the huge goals I got going on. Since I don't lead a guild anymore or any of that, I just kind of kick back and do my own thing here. On my system here to get all caught up. Let's see here. If I can find him anywhere. I'm here in my garrison currently. Oh, there he is. Mr. Jenkins, sir. Yeah, actually it is your fault. You're going to come along with me this time. Let's see. Make sure I clean up my inventory. Okay. Just to show you guys, I've got my full Grand March on. Got my Drakefire amulet. I've also got my legendary cloak, which is from EFA, I think. I decided to wear it instead of my Mixia scale one. Also got Precious's shirt, which is really hard to get because it's just a random drop. It's not like 100% chance in the Lich King raid. I also have my Tower to the Library in there, and I did get this legitly. I did not pay for any of this stuff off the auction house. So I actually have done the Shadowmourne questline, so it's pretty cool. I'm actually working on a second one pretty soon, hopefully. I am wearing my Zandalar bracers and belt. You can tell they are, well, the belt isn't, but my bracers are enchanted. I'm also wearing a Seal of Ascension. That is the key to getting to Upper Blackrock Spire. My Band of Icy Depths is from the Scepter Shifting Sands questline. Here's my Devilsaur Tooth, which is from... It's one of the rewards you got from doing Hunter Quest back in Vanilla, and it was one of the ones you could choose. I always chose this because it was nice to have the little bit more agility, plus also allowed you to add more attack power to your pet. And I also have a Lincoln's Boomerang, which is a nod to Zelda. and then my Grand Marsh rifle, which is +6 damage on the scope. So, and one thing this tabard does is when I click on it, it makes me glow. Because it's a 5-minute buff. It says suffuse with a light. What's a tabard, a light bringer? More of a paladin thing, but I still think it's cool. But anyway, I have been flying around, and I'm gonna change my mount. I've been just kind of flying around doing like world quest, mining, killing rares, and also doing any of the little treasures that I find. So that way I can actually just use whatever I get from that to add to my gold pool. And you guys are wondering why I'm out here. Well, I started messing around and found out that, give me a second here, and I'll just do that. And get my Nixia well to follow me around. But just selling stuff, getting gold. The dailies out here usually give about 100 gold a pop, which is nice. So if I run across any, oh, there's a mining node. And I'm an engineer, by the way. I've been an engineer since vanilla. I picked that so I could make my own ammo, make my own guns, because I figured, you know, armor is something that just comes and goes. Especially back in vanilla, you actually had to make your own ammo. So, when it comes to the ammo, a lot of the ammo is, it was on different tiers. Some of it did higher damage than others. So it was nice to just run around and mine things, make my own ammo, and not have to pay a ton of gold for more ammo. The last thing you want to do as a hunter back then was run out of ammo, especially if you're in the middle of a dungeon or a raid. Yes, it takes up more bag space, but if you look down here, I've got the Ancient Snoo Arachnomania. This was my hunter quiver. I've kept it there ever since I got it. They turned it into a, it's like a 24 slot bag, but before it was an ammo pouch, and it would hold up to 24 arrows. Because the main hunter weapon back in vanilla was the hunter bow, which I have shown to you guys in the previous video. This one right here, the Rugdalar. And the Lucdalar is the staff. Now back in vanilla, you had to click on the item and it would either give you the staff or it would give you the bow. It would switch between the two, whichever one you wanted at the time. So most hunters just use the bow. Some that decided to go more survival did use the staff, and then they, you know, me being a dwarf, the staff would actually boost my attack power and allow me to use a gun. Now, in current retail WoW, you can't wield melee and have a gun at the same time. Vanilla, you could have all of it. I used to run around with Raven Crest Legacy and the Maledicth Blade, which I happen to have in my bag right now. Raven Crest is from the Scepter of Shifting Sands questline, and Maledicth is actually from the Blackwind Lair raid. If you notice, they both have fiery enchants on them because I wanted to, catch things on fire when I used them. I can still dual wield, but I can't do any of my abilities like shooting or anything like that when on marks. That's just the way the game's geared now. But I still hang on to them because they are a huge keepsake and brings me back to simpler times in the game. Everybody might think, well, the game is simple now. Well, in some ways it is, some ways it isn't. I've noticed with trying to level my engineering, I absolutely do not like the way Dragonflight's engineering leveling works. The crafting orders, crafting work orders and stuff. I'm just not into that. I remember days like, way back in the day, I would just start making a random item and make a ton of that item, turn around and either vendor it or give it to somebody, or sometimes even put it on the auction house, depending on what it was. But there's a lot of things in the game that have changed because of that. Not that it's bad. I enjoy the game for what it is now. You're probably wondering, well, you're max level. Why are you running around in lower gear? Well, first off, cheaper repairs, especially if you die. If you're going to be farming older content and you happen to have a whole bunch of old cool stuff like I got, I just wear it just because I want to. It's not like I'm trying to DPS and top damage meters and stuff like that in the raids or dungeons anymore. So I just kind of run around and do my thing. There's a rare up here, it looks like. This is probably him right here. Yep, right here. This is my rare. See, I'm using level vanilla 60 gear and killing mobs just fine. There's an elite, so I'm just doing an aim shot here and watch this guy die. Oop. See? I think these guys are all level 40 because that's the level here. That's okay. Just kind of showing you what you can and can't do at max level. Now if you're going to run some of the older mythics and stuff, you might have to have better gear on. But honestly, it may just take you longer to run something. Just kind of a hint that I try to give people out there, because I used to do this way back, like back when Burning Crusade first came out, and we were all working on being level 70, and once I hit level 70 it was cool. But I was like, I want to go back and regrind some rep from the vanilla age that I did not get. So when I'm out in, winter spring trying to get the Timbermaw rep, you gotta kill a lot of furbolgs. Well, if I want to mass pull them, that's great. There's our rare. I figured it was the guy that was floating. I would do this whole wear lesser gear and be just as successful. Being successful in the game is not something that really requires having a elitist stand on things. Nothing in that. It's just doing what you like. That's just kind of how I feel about it now. And many years ago, when I was a guild leader, yeah, there were times that me and my guild had to work through rough times with getting plenty of healers, plenty of tanks to successfully do something. We tried to have as much fun as we could. We actually had it where people were pretty much running attunements and stuff on their off time without us even asking, which was really difficult to do because there were a lot of people that didn't like doing attunements, but they were like, hey, I want my dungeon 1. I'm like, well, just go pick up this, this, and this. We'll get you attuned at the same time because we're going to have to farm to get dungeon 1 anyway. So why not do this and get attuned while you're at it? So we would do that. It was something fun we would do every now and then. And I'm just having fun here running around mining nodes and not doing anything huge right now. I might do a bit of a challenge here in a day or so where I'll record myself and I'll probably run something like a mythic on, probably not BFA, because BFA is still kind of difficult for max levels that are even decked out, depending on which BFA it is. But Shadowlands, I haven't really tried to go back and do any of the raids by myself yet. Mainly because I'm being kind of afraid to, because it literally was the expansion before Dragonflight, so it's kind of hard to get into that. I'm looking for a treasure chest thingy. There's some type of something here. This is a gift. And sometimes you have to look closely to find these things. Trying to find this thing. It says it's right here, but I don't see it. Sometimes I think these things are bugged. Yeah, it just depends on what I feel like running that day. I don't always do all the crazy endgame stuff that some people do. Just because I like to have fun in the game. I mean, I do like looking at the architecture as well. I'm trying to find this gift thing, whatever it is. Can't seem to find it. Sometimes this thing can be kind of buggy, so sometimes you can't find exactly what you're trying to get. Okay. These guys here are trying to fix this. Relics of the Outcasts. I'm not seeing either one of these. I had one do this the other day and I had to like search all the way around before I found it. Excuse you, Mr. Tree. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes I find them, sometimes I don't. Yeah, yesterday I was out here running around. I think I found 3 toys I didn't have. I did find a pet that I didn't have, which was cool. Oh, okay. bird's nest. Offering to the raven mother. That's what this does. Oh, it's one of those things. I can't actually use those because I'm too high level. It's funny that some of that stuff is still in the game. But that's okay. Because people still level out here. So. Is that on this ore? But yep, you're seeing what I like to do. Yeah, I do like running the old raids, much like my Max run that I showed you guys I did the other day. I wasn't lucky on any of the bits to actually be useful. The thing is, I actually have a pair of plate bracers for either Paladin or Warrior. And a lot of people are like, "Are you going to go for the Warrior, aren't you?" No, actually I'm going for the Paladin. I'm being weird about it. Mainly because I do like the Retribution set. I think it looks cool. Everybody goes for the other one. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to worry about that. Because I do play a Warrior tank and a Paladin tank. I'm also a Death Knight tank. I'm primarily either tank or DPS. I rarely ever heal because I'm not very good at it. I know some people are really good at it. Unfortunately, I'm not. Is this thing under the bottom? What is this thing? Oh, this is the one I tried to find yesterday. Couldn't find it. This dragon flying out here is kind of crazy. That one, yeah, I see it. And sometimes you'll get hung up on things. But the game is still pretty fun. I play it very chill. Because I like to stay chill, honestly. I used to be pretty hardcore about the game and go kind of nuts on things. But I've had a lot of people that I used to raid with back in the day, and I'm really happy about how I used to run my guild. We used to not use DKP. What we did was, if you're a tank or a healer in the guild, and we saw that you were on in almost every raid, you pretty much got a chance to roll on the loot for that. As for DPS, it was open game to all DPS. It's mainly because we were trying to build the entire guild up as a whole. We weren't just going to focus on one, like this person, and this person only gets it, or whatever. And then it got to the point that there were like, some people were getting like, they got 3 out of the 8 pieces of their tier 2, and say another piece dropped, and most people would be like, oh, okay, we'll just give it to the guy that's getting closer to getting done, and then that allows whoever else is next in line to get the next piece. We try to be really fair about it back then. There were a lot of guilds that did not like what we did because we were kind of I'd say catering to the casual, and a lot of people didn't like that. But personally, you know, being a man that had to work all the time, and I was in the service at the time too, so I had limited time to play. When I did play, I tried to make sure it was fair amongst everybody. Yay, we got a rare. I think I killed this one yesterday, actually. make it fair for everybody. We really didn't want everybody to be stressed out about everything that went on. There's no rares, this big robot dude. Yeah, there's some people out there that liked what we did, and then there's people out there that didn't. And as far as I'm concerned, we just kind of kept ourselves, did our own thing. Just enjoyed the game for what it was. One thing we used to do, it was really fun, was the Onyxia attunement. It cracks me up that this thing launches you backward like it does. That actually was going to be a raid, I think, that was not put in Journal because they really got rid of a lot of stuff. But we would have several people running, say, an Onyxia attunement all at the same time, try to get everybody caught up, but we had a rule. We would make sure that we would not have anybody turn in the quests to walk Windsor through Stormwind after the escort quest line until there was at least 15 or more people on, because we wanted to make it a big spectacle. We wanted to make people feel like it was a very special occasion, because there were a lot of people who worked very hard to get that. So we did do that a lot, and it literally was like almost every other day thing we were doing it, because we had that many people doing it. And people actually enjoyed what we did with it, because it made them feel like the hard work they were doing was actually rewarded. And it turned heads. It actually caused our guild to grow fairly large after people caught on to what we were doing. After about, I'd say about a couple months. Is this in the tree? What is this? It's a smuggler's cache. Oh, wait, no, it's probably down here. Aha! What the fluff? Oh yeah, jump over them. Oh, funny. Watch this, it'll just shoot me out. I'll do that again, that's fun. But yeah, we would try to keep it fair, and it really did. It made our guild grow. And the guild I'm primarily talking about was Azerothian Explorers. This is before we broke it off into a trifecta guild, where we actually had 3 different guilds going on at the same time. Because I had officers that really liked to help people level, and then I had officers that wanted to run attunement quests because they loved doing that and getting people geared up for all that. And then we had the more serious raider guys that were in the other one. And it was a very interesting time. And there's lots of times that I personally would not trade it for anything, because it was so fun doing that. And people enjoyed the game a lot. I'm trying to find this other thing, if you guys remember what the heck I'm doing. Happens to be another supply thing here somewhere. Is it up here? Aha! Right next to Mr. Goblin here, that's fishing. See, she's fishing. Speaking of fishing, something I used to do, and it's kind of funny. When the guild was getting everything ready to do raids and such, I would literally sit in Stormwind and I would fish in the canal and just command everything from there basically until we were ready to actually get ready for our serious raid. Just to kind of catch up, make sure things were going okay when I wasn't like busy doing anything else. And the fish that I caught out there, that's what I used to feed my pet most of the time whenever I was running the guild and making sure that the raid goes fine. Now, being a hunter like I was during vanilla, I was not actually part of a guild because I couldn't commit that much time to actually being in a like really good guild. But the reason I got into some of the stuff that I did is because I went the extra mile every now and then, and what do I find here? Staff. I would go and try to get like certain things that were hard to get in the game. Like I would work on my engineering to make sure I had repair bots. Elemental shackles. Interesting. It's a finger. Okay, brain. Yeah, I would run and try to get things like repair bots ready, all different kinds of stuff like that. I would also be 100% prepared to go into a raid. Ooh, a puzzle. I don't know how this works. Purple. You always use those for something. Yeah, I would like do my thing, make sure my engineering was on par. I would bring free scopes for all the DPS that needed them. There were rogues back in the day that would use rifles. You had warriors that would use rifles. You also had hunters that used rifles, or bows, or crossbow. And I would offer up free scopes to anybody that invited me, because there were people that were like, hey, what can you offer? You know, I know you're not part of a guild, gear's not terrible, because my gear really wasn't terrible, because I was running Blackrock Spire and Blackrock Depths, and trying to get full Dungeon 1, and I did have full D1, and I actually a couple times was working on getting the D2 stuff, which is difficult to do because it requires a lot of gold, and it also required more stuff. It also required running dungeons, stuff like that. But, like I said, I took my time and did what I had to do, and I got, you know, invited to a lot of raids. So I did get geared up pretty easily that way. To get the hunter bow, I lucked out a few times because some people were friends of mine. They're like, hey, if you go, I know you have all this stuff. I had somebody actually spend their DKP one time, and they gave me one, like the snoo, the singing you have to get the hunter bow. He actually used his DKP to give it to me, which was crazy. Because he told Luke, he told the raider, like, hey dude, give it to him. He shows up to this stuff all the time. He just doesn't have the way to commit to it. And then when I was in the military, it kind of got a little worse because I wasn't able to really take the time to do that. This epic I just picked up, these are a repeatable thing that you can turn in for reputation, plus it also gives you 33 gold. So, I'm going to turn these into this little cartel that's over there, but I'm going to go kill another one, I think. Yep, this guy right here. Just to turn it in and get some gold. But yeah, since I was very knowledgeable about all the quest lines and all this stuff, it really kind of pulled me along without actually having to be to a, any committed guild. I primarily made a lot of good friends, so I kind of lucked out there. But when Burning Crusade came out, things were a little different. Things in the game had changed a lot. I thought I didn't have two this time. Sorry, I had to think here, because I'm trying to turn some stuff in. 2 tusks and a hide.
Yo! Hurry back! Keep it real! Glad I could help! Keep it real! Hurry back! Glad I could help!
And where's the hide?
Keep it real! Glad I could help!
Interesting. Glad I could help. Keep it real. Yeah, what do you want? Pleasure doing business with ya. Time is money, friend. Be good, hurry back. Hey, how you doing? Have a good one if you ever need anything.
I just like to get wrecked
Potential
for
customer!
things. Not that I'm currently spending any gold right now or anything, but I'm not against getting a reputation.
Hurry back!
At any rate, like I said, my history in playing this game, this is the first character I ever started using. It's kind of funny because I was really influenced by dwarves and any D&D game or anything like that, because I used to play Dark Age of Camelot. I used to play I did play the Warcraft games before this. I played Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 before World of Warcraft came out. And I did play, like I said, Dark Age of Camelot was one of the big MMOs that I got into. I also played Baldur's Gate way back in the day whenever it was a thing. And then really got into the PlayStation game of that. And every time I've ever played, I've always played dwarves. I just like playing as a dwarf. Always have. Now I do know, you saw me playing a mage in my next run. It's because I do have a mage, and that is my second vanilla character that I have. I've had those characters forever, and I like these characters. I just wanted to try a human one time, so I was like, I'm just going to make a human mage and see how well I can get along doing this. So I tried it, and didn't mind it. Oh, there's a bird. This mace. I saw this mace yesterday, it's hilarious. This thing is literally a tree stump. Like, come on. You literally, yanked a tree out of the ground, carved the back half of it off, wrapped it with some leather, and was like, yep, I got me a club. So, yeah, funny. Yeah, just a little bit of history on how I played. I remember there was one time, because back in the day you actually had to feed your pet, you had to take care of the pet that you have, keep its happiness up, because it actually had a happiness meter. I remember one time I was in the middle of Sunken Temple, a dungeon I absolutely love, but now I have a very big love-hate relationship with that place, because I had a cat pet at the time, and I lost my cat pet because I had ran out of food. We had wiped that many times, and my pet had ran away, because your pet will run away in the game, which is hilarious. I was so mad. I was furious about it. I was like, why? Oh, here's Mr. Grondoon. What'd you drop? Oh, this skull. But yeah, I was very furious back then. And that's just kind of how it goes. Life of a hunter. Not that the game is bad or anything, it's just not. I just figured, it'd be kind of cool to get on here, show you guys a little bit of crazy stuff that I do. I'm gonna go drop these things off that I just did. I don't remember where it's at. I don't remember the things. Sometimes. And sometimes I get turned around just like I did. Even I get lost in this game. As much as I've played it, I even get lost. The other day it was hilarious. Me and my other were playing. And
Talk to me.
I got lost in a cave. I never get lost in caves.
Real.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because I was tired or whatever it was. But it was funny. Because I got lost in a cave.
Keep it real. Right back.
And she usually gets lost in caves, not me. I found that funny.
Keep it real. Glad I could help.
But anyway. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the
Oh, do I have a deal for you?
stuff I've been doing. Maybe tell you a little bit of the tale
Right back.
of the great, guild leader known as Fox Firestorm. Most people just called me Fox back in the day. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will have plenty more coming your guys' way. Just like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. Like I said, I got a YouTube membership, and I also have Patreon. So, pitch me some coin, and I'll keep going. So, this is Plasticon, and this is me, signing off. Peace out, you guys. See you around. That's it. Bye for now.